I will be unboxing my new MacBook M4 Pro that is literally still in the box. I was extremely patient and I waited until I could have the time to record an unboxing video. Okay, I didn't wait a crazy amount of time. I got it yesterday morning and it is now the next day morning. So I waited like 24 hours, but anyway, patience is key. To be totally honest, I kind of like written off MacBooks and just swore like I would never get a MacBook, and I just thought, okay, PCs are for me, and that was just kind of, I had my Asus and I really liked my Asus, and that was kind of like the brand I found and I was going to stick with it. But then after doing some more research, actually majority of that research being on YouTube, I will make sure to include the other YouTube videos that really helped me pick out which MacBook I wanted, but I will also be sharing all of that information with you and showing you it as I unbox. It is a lot heavier than my current laptop, so this is going to be definitely an adjustment to be carrying around. Okay, so I'll open this in a second, but I'll just show you the cord. So I got the space black. So we have that cord. What is this? Instructions, a little cloth, a cleaning screen cloth. I think that's it. This makes it look very thick. Yeah, no, it makes it look like super thick, and then there's just these really thin things inside of it. I did hear this year that they did get rid of the Apple stickers that are typically included in this, which, I'm all for that, better for sustainability, because I don't know anyone that actually was using those Apple stickers. But if you're sad about that, I am sorry. Maybe you can buy some Apple stickers or just print your own. Also, can't forget we have the charger body. I will say it is kind of weird that this is white and then my cord is black. I really like when things match, so this is kind of just odd to me why they couldn't just make this black, but okay, that's okay. It's the little things, but I think if you're spending so much for a laptop, why can't you just make it match and all consistent? You know what, maybe why it's not black. I wonder if I actually got the 75-watt charger, if it would have been black, but I paid like the $20 or $25 extra to get the 95-watt. Okay, yeah, correction, not 95, 96 watts. So I did upgrade to get the higher wattage, so I'm curious if I got the lower one, if it would have been black. But this one is white, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll get over it. So it's super thin. I got the 14-inch. Okay, I'm such a satisfying sound. We'll just pull this off. So why don't we start to go over the specs of the laptop that I got. So like I said before, I got the 14-inch MacBook Pro in space black, which I will say I am obsessed with. My previous laptop was also in black, but this one is just so slick. I'm a huge fan. It is also quite a bit larger than the laptop that I currently have. I can't remember the size of my current one, but it must be like 12 or 13. It's quite small. So I'm super glad that I got the 14-inch and not the 16-inch, because I think if I got the 16-inch, it would have been such a monster that I just would have been like not happy with it. I would have been like, wow, this is way too big and it's just not portable. And what is the point of getting a laptop that is that big when a laptop is meant to be portable? Unless like you really prefer having a large screen that's portable for like playing video games, or if you prefer that for video editing, I think this one's fine for me. It's a long spiel, but I'm super glad I got the 14-inch. And I got the Apple M4 Pro chip with a 12-core CPU, 16 core GPU, and 16 core neural engine. I kept the base for the chip, and then I upgraded it to get 48 gigs of the unified memory. So the base for this, I believe it was 24 gigs, which that is the base for the M4 Pro chip. It used to be for the M3 16, so this time you get a base of 24, and then if you want to upgrade to 36, you have to upgrade the baseline of the CPU and GPU, which I didn't want to pay extra for both of those. So instead, I upgraded to 48 gigs of memory. And then I also upgraded to the 96 watt power adapter, and I also decided to upgrade from 500 megabit SSD storage to 1 terabyte. And one thing that is also really cool about this MacBook is that we have not only 3 Thunderbolt 5 ports, but we also still have an HDMI port, SDXC card slot, headphone jack, and a MagSafe 3 port. This is huge. I saw that and I was just so relieved because my old Asus laptop only had USB-C. And then I had to get these adapters and then carry these adapters around. It was so annoying because then sometimes I'd go places and then I'd forget an adapter and I was like, oh, well, now I can't connect my HDMI, which was so annoying. So I'm so glad that I have all of these slots now. I think it's so frustrating when a laptop gets rid of them and only keeps USB-C ports. So I'm very pleased about that. And the last thing that I upgraded to was the nano texture display. The glare versus my old Asus laptop to this one is substantial. I can already tell the screen looks beautiful. I am very impressed. I also only had 16 gigabytes of RAM, so I think upgrading to this 48 will be huge. I watched a few different videos that recommended that if you are video editing in 4K, that they recommend at least getting 36 gigs of RAM. That is why I decided to upgrade from the 24 and pay, I think it was like $500 Canadian extra to get the 48 gigs, because I just watched a few different videos, I'll link them down below, that were just saying like, if you're gonna spend this much money, you might as well get the right amount of RAM that you need. And I was like, hey, well, I think my laptop is really crashing because I was doing some really long videos in Adobe Premiere Pro, and that's when it was getting really bad. And especially since it's 4K, it just couldn't hold that amount of memory, so it would just start crashing. So I personally upgraded the RAM for video editing. One of the main reasons I changed to getting this MacBook versus a PC is because of that unified memory. I don't know if this is just really great marketing, but they got me. It just sounded like the perfect combination for everything I needed, and it was just going to be worth the extra money. And also, from what I've read and researched, MacBooks are a lot more reliable than PCs. It's just really whether or not you're willing to pay that extra money to get a MacBook. So I was just like, hey, well, if I'm already going to be spending this much on a laptop, I might as well spend whatever it is extra to get the best to last me as long as possible, especially because I am planning on editing a ton more videos for you this year. So I want to make sure that my laptop that I'm editing on is not constantly crashing and losing all of my work. So the unified memory is faster and more efficient than traditional RAM. Unified memory is integrated within the M4 family of chips, so apps can quickly share data between the CPU, GPU, and neural engine. You can run multiple apps at once while performance remains fast and responsive. Add memory to run more apps simultaneously for faster, more fluid multitasking. With M4 Max, MacBook Pro can be configured with up to 128 gigs of memory. Kind of crazy. So that is one of the main things that, honestly, I think it's the number one thing. And there's a bunch of other like smaller reasons, but that's like the big reason why I converted to the MacBook. And also just watching a lot of other YouTube videos saying that they do video edit on MacBooks and they love it and they're really reliable. So I am very excited to test out the performance on this. So there are 3 different levels of chip that you can get. This is similar to all of the previous ones where they have their baseline, like the M1 or M2 or M3, and this one's the new one, M4 chip. And then they have the M4 Pro chip, and then they have the M4 Max chip. Now, the reason I decided to get the M4 Pro chip is because I kind of wanted to just super proof this for future use, because the M4 chip says that you can effortlessly edit 4K video, but I just wanted to make sure that in the future this will still run as good as new. So I upgraded to the M4 Pro chip, which says that you can edit multiple streams of 8K video. And you can also configure with up to 48 gigs of unified memory, supports up to 2 external displays, and you can manipulate gigapixel panoramas, compile millions of lines of code. Now, if you want to really get a monster of a laptop, you can upgrade to the M4 Max chip, which says render intricate 3D content, develop transformer models with billions of parameters, tackle post-production of 8K video and beyond. And then, like I mentioned previously, you can configure this up to 128 gigs of unified memory. And it also supports 4 external displays. Kind of crazy. I did select all of the upgrades on the M4 Max chip because I was curious how much it would cost, and it was close to $10,000. I literally started my laptop search saying that I was going to have a budget of $2,000 and I wanted to stay below that. I mean, you can literally look up this laptop and see how much it costs, but it was, with taxes, over $4,000. Yikes. Yes, it definitely hurt. It hurt a lot to get this, but I really needed a new one. And my old one, I was trying to make it last as long as possible, but she just kept crashing. So we can't edit videos and post videos on YouTube when all she does is crash. I hope you enjoyed watching me unbox my new MacBook. And if you have any questions or want to check out the other videos that I watched when I was trying to decide on the MacBook, check out my description box below. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel a lot, and I really appreciate everyone's support. And I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.